Is it a great time to buy? That's a fantastic question, and a question that comes up all the time. It comes up as a question to a loan officer, mortgage advisor, as myself, but it also comes up a lot of times to my realtor partners. One of the questions I get a lot is, what are rates? What are rates today? What are rates doing? And most of the time, I'm going to turn that around and ask the client, well, what's your understanding about interest rates, and kind of get their perspective on it so that I know how to answer the question with a qualified answer. Because as a mortgage advisor, I just don't want to talk about rates. I just don't want to blurt out, oh, rates are at 6% today, because the interest rates to each individual home buyer or person that is refinancing is so unique. Everyone is different. Loan program makes a difference, your credit score, your equity. Some of those are the very basic items that we're going to take into consideration when we're determining an interest rate. So that's a very generic question, but I also, again, like to get back to the client with a question as to what their understanding of interest rates are and how they work, so that I know how to properly answer the question. But back to the original item was, is this a great time to buy? Now, when somebody asks me that, I still turn around and say, are you thinking of selling? Are you thinking of buying? What's your position out in the market? And they might say, I was just wondering. Or, well, my neighbor said they were thinking about selling, but they're worried about interest rates, or they're worried about the market. Or they might say something like, well, I have a home with a 3% interest rate loan and I'm thinking about selling. I'm not really sure. What are your thoughts about that? And then I would turn around and say, well, tell me what your hesitancy is. What is holding you back? What is making you concerned? And so what I'm really trying to do as a loan officer is help my borrower come to the conclusion as to what they're trying to do. What's the objective? What's holding them back? What's important to them? Making the most out of the sale of their home, moving to a bigger home. So is it a right time to buy is so unique to each person. So the answer is not always yes. And a no answer is not always a bad answer. So we always want to come in and ask more questions. Listen, take the time to listen, be empathetic, try to understand where the client's coming from, what's important to them, and then through all of that conversation, be able to answer the question, is it a great time to buy?